Can you see? Yep, there we go. Here we are.
There you go. We did it.
We did it. We've been doing this for a year. It's all good. Welcome to Real Estate Now. Our buddy Keith is a couple of time zones away, but maybe he's getting up early to watch us. And today, no, hopefully not. We have on our friend Alec Hanson from SoCal.
I didn't know I was supposed to type my full name in the bar, and it just says Alec right here. So that's really, really cool. But
yeah, it's okay. Everybody knows who you are.
Yeah, sure.
You've already reached the famous level of LinkedIn.
Yep, mega star. Yeah, it's really.
You can feel good about that.
So good.
Yes. So let's dive right into it. Like, how do you broaden your influence? So how did this start? So if people don't know Alec, you started, I don't know how long ago, but you started
18 years.
Well, in mortgage.
Yes.
I beat you to that. I'm like 21. We must have started around the same age though, because I'm about 3 years older than Alec, I think.
No.
Yeah. More than that? Could be more than that. Drive time.
Oh gosh.
What year was that? That was like before I probably had a flip phone. Like, you've been in this space longer than most.
Well, I didn't understand that back then what drive time really was. I thought it was just something silly I was doing that made me laugh. And as long as I was laughing, then I kept doing it. And, for those of you that are just hearing this for the first time, I would literally just put a camera on my dashboard and I would drive into work and record myself talking about a topic that was just whatever I wanted to talk about that day. So it's got, and I did there's almost like 300 of these things, Stacy. It's insane. I look back.
This was like 10 years ago, right? Like, there was no StreamYard. Okay, so where were you streaming to?
Oh, I was just
an original streamer.
Yeah, I would just post it to YouTube later in the afternoon. Like, so I'd film it. It'd be on my phone, and then I would just like upload it to YouTube and post it to Facebook. Like, I would just post it.
Besides maybe your wife.
Psychopaths. My wife didn't watch it. There's no way. It was hilarious and fun and funny. And I had like 50 subscribers on YouTube. I mean, like I was like, oh my God, who's subscribing to me? This is amazing. But it was a goofy thing I was doing to just have some self-expression and have fun. But the reality was later it was so obvious, filming yourself and talking on a stream of consciousness style, rant without a script for 280 times, made me extremely comfortable on the camera. Like, extremely comfortable on a live, extremely comfortable myself, getting filmed, extremely comfortable because it's like, oh my gosh, I did so many reps. I had so much practice that anytime there's a camera on now, I'm like, I've done this a ton. And so actually my first encouragement for people who are like really nervous about video and feeling comfortable and all the things is like, just do some reps. Like, you don't have to post it. Just go like film yourself a few times and talk and get over the fact that no one really cares as much as you do about your video content. So just have fun. But yeah, so
someone about that someone, same thing, like they were too scared to get in a video. And I was like, you do realize that no one cares. No one cares. And then we have kids. Your kids are the same age as mine.
Yeah.
They've grown up with it, right? Like, to the point where they don't play without wanting, like, my kids film themselves playing whatever they're playing, thinking it's going to go on YouTube, even though I hardly ever put it on YouTube. But they want everything they're doing. Like, it doesn't even faze them.
No, and think about it too. Like, they'd rather FaceTime than call. They actually don't like calling. They want to see your face. And again, that's just behavioral. They're like, well, why wouldn't I want to see you? Like, that's what in their brain. It's a very simple thing. And yet humans are like, oh, put a video on. It's like, oh God, no, they're going to see me.
Right. Actually, I think Keegan, we tried to do this with my kids the other day. It didn't work. But she said, if you go up to a kid and you say, make a phone call, we would do this, right? As a little kid or something. I don't know. What do kids do now?
They hold it up. Yeah. And
like, I don't think this is a thing.
It's not a thing. It's hang loose. Who knows what that is anymore?
Okay, so you started with drive time, and then what? That just kind of ended, and you took it.
Yeah, I mean, well, drive time wasn't a business oriented. It didn't have an angle or an intent besides just I thought it was funny. But in 2018, near the end of the year, I realized, like many people realized, I woke up to the fact that social media as a tool of human connection was not being leveraged by me and by many of our great loan officers. It was being used as kind of a thing because you got to kind of see friends or memes or jokes or high school buddies or grandkids or whatever it was. And I was like, holy crap, this is actually a tool of human connection if you want to use it that way. And I woke up to that reality and then started on a mission to put out content at scale and learn through that process, like, what am I really trying to accomplish? And I think a lot of people still lack that vision in social media or video. They do it because they think it's supposed to do it, or like Alec told them to do it. And they're missing the fact that you have to actually have a purpose in the connection attempts you're doing, in the content you're putting out. You need to have a really underlying foundation of like why. And it was very simple for us in the glory days, Stacy, because we were told to go out and prospect with real estate professionals. Right. And so we knew that if we built relationships, we would get referrals. And so the why was very clear, like go out, meet agents, schedule meetings, do your best to like build rapport. And the end result of that is trust, and you'll get business. And then on social media, we like forget all of that. We're like, I just do things because I'm supposed to do things. And then you get muted by everybody, and you know, because your purpose isn't very clear. Your intent's not there. So I kind of tackled social media with intent and learned a bunch of stuff. You know, I did that 100 videos in 100 days as just.
I was going to say, was that really like the turning point for this variation of it? Was the 100 videos because we were doing Modern Lending Playbook, but that really seems to have set. I mean, you seem to have learned so much if you watch your first video compared to your 100th. Yeah, they're much different, right? So, not that we're advising everyone to go do that, but it was a really great learning tool for even those of us that watched you do it.
Yeah, I mean, today I never tell anybody to do 100 videos in 100 days. That was stupid. I would tell people to do 10 videos in 10 days or 30 videos in 30 days if you really want to stretch yourself. And what you learn through a challenge like that is it's not that scary. No one really cares, you know, and you get a little more comfortable. And then you can take that skill set into other things like podcasting or like enriching a YouTube channel. You know, you're basically putting reps in for a little challenge to get better. But it's not a strategy in and of itself. 100 videos in 100 days isn't a strategy. There's no intent except to just do this little challenge. There's no like, hey, I want to get 100 loans in 100 days. Well, now I can fail or win on that, and it's actually starts to look like a challenge. But yeah, it was a kickoff for me to kind of show people that, hey, I'm not just going to preach about it. I'm going to do it. Yeah. And then I learned a ton through it, from just getting even more comfortable on video, but also learning tips and tricks and graphics and ways to kind of edit videos and have fun and add more flavor and music. And now I have more skills. If I ever want to use those again, I can do cool stuff.
Right. Like it.
Yeah.
So you do the videos, and then how do we start? So we've been in this, I think, I jumped in about a year ago, right? Like a lot of people did. Not enough people jumped in. Like we need more people to get into this space. But as I've learned so much in the past year, I've also gone into other spaces that I never thought I would go into. So YouTube, I think we all know, is super powerful. You've said, I don't know if this is still accurate, but you've said before it's the #1 search engine in the world. Like that's where you go, right? To learn how to do something. It's where kids watch TV. Yep. Everything's on YouTube.
Yep.
But I did TikTok. Like when I hired Keegan and she joined our team, she said, you're going to do TikTok. And I said, there's no way. I will never. And now I'm on there every Friday. It's super embarrassing.
No, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Look, we all have to learn that if you want to be successful, and I'm going to kind of make some ties to that, you know, I'm going to define success really quickly as doing a lot of loans. There's enough loans that you make the money you want to make, and you hit the bell and you do all the fun things. If you want that, we recognize that you need to have strong relationships to help you get that opportunity to do loans. And then we realize that you also need to be in front of people and humans, because they're the ones that are going to do the loans with you. And so all of a sudden you go, well, where are the people? Where are the relationships that I want to build? Where is everybody hanging out? And there's only so many places. So you go, okay, well, that's where they are. then I need to go hang out with them, and I need to be speaking their language and learning what's important to them, and making jokes with them and being part of the conversation. And if you're not willing to do that, then you're just muting your ability to reach the level of success you're capable of, because you're just cutting off, parts of this massive opportunity to talk to people. It's so self-evident, and then people just don't do it, and for 1,000 reasons. But it's definitely a separator. You can see it from when you look at great originators. They're even the best in the country are leaning into these other ways to get consumer attention. And I want everyone that is listening to me right now to hear me on one thing on this: is you don't have to be everybody for everything for everybody. Meaning, you don't have to be on TikTok because there's people there. It's an opportunity, but it doesn't mean you have to. And if you're not on TikTok, you're screwed. So, but at the same time, I feel like it's the gold rush, and so we're telling people that there's gold in the hills of California, and everyone's like, well, that sucks. I'm not, or I don't believe you. And then the crazy people are like going out and like just going to the hills. And then there's others that are actually trying to monetize around it. And they're like, well, let me sell you on how to do social classes. And, now it's like, and now they're selling, picks and pans, and it's hysterical. And so like, I seriously feel a little bit like the guy on a box being like, there's gold in California, and people in New York are like, I'm comfortable. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but there's really cool opportunity over here. Because at some point, like you mentioned, with like, you can see it with kids, like the world's moving on. Yeah. Like, it's moving on. It's not, it never stays still. There's always a new thing. There's always a next generation. They always do something different. And so you either get to get on the bus and go with everybody and learn it like they're learning it, because no one knows it inherently from birth. You learn it. So you get to learn it with everybody and change and evolve your business strategies and have the success you're capable of. Or you get to be that person who's like, those kids, they don't know what they're doing. It's like, well, they're doing more loans than you is what they're doing.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. So I'm like, I feel like a yelling at everybody, but no one's moving. Some people are moving. It's not fair, but it's fun.
As crazies are moving.
Well, it's the same thing that you see, like the early adopters and then the fast followers and then the lagger, then the early majority or whatever the bell curve is, right? So I'm not necessarily like early adopter. There's some people even crazier than me, like Clubhouse. It's fine. Like, I'm in there, I do some stuff on Clubhouse, but there's some people that are like, Clubhouse, oh my God, and they're like in there all day.
All in it. Yeah. They can't get out of it. I was waiting for us to like put a ban on it. There was something loanDepot, we're like all in on it. I haven't, I'm like you. I'm part of it. I feel like I got in early, and I've posted like 2 shows, and I need to step more.
Yeah. I mean, look, again, I'm not knocking it as a platform. I just mean there's people that are more excitable than me that get into stuff and go deeper faster. But it is an opportunity right now for people to wake up. Because here's what I realized the day I was talking to a buddy of mine. My YouTube channel really started with the 100 videos in 100 days. And that was almost 2 years ago now, a year and a half. Like, it's already crazy. And now I looked at my YouTube channel. I'm like, man, there is actually a ton of meat here that I put on over and over and over again with lives and podcasts and rants. And I'm like, wow, like there's a lot here now.
Right.
And so if somebody else is going to try to catch up to that, they got to start with video 1. And so there's a huge takeaway for this is like, everyone needs to start now. And the power of just building brand and building this over time, people can't catch up to you.
Right.
And so as an originator trying to grow influence and earn the ability to do loans for people, you start to realize, man, if I consistently put out content and then somebody else comes and finds me through my digital brand to see if they want to work with me, and they have all this social proof, all this content to consume, the ability for me to build trust and secure that deal, the percentage is going up. But when they see nothing, or they see an old website that you abandoned with an old company name that you don't even work there anymore, it's not good. It's not helping you.
Yeah. I mean, you really open yourself up and do audits with people and help people kind of see. Sometimes it's hard to see your own faults when you're looking at your social media, but
yep.
So as people are trying to broaden their influence, they're starting somewhere. Everyone started, let's hope. what is the next step? Is it, you were mentioning someone we work with that's going all in on YouTube.
Yeah.
Other people go all in on Instagram. I'm kind of trying to go all over the place. What do you think is a good strategy?
I think you find your voice. And so similarly with, I'm going to compare it again back to the glory days. Like, we all went out and prospected realtors, and we learned really quickly there were some we liked and some we didn't like, right? Like, there's some that were like we connected with, good rapport with, hopefully they were good producers. And there were some we were just like, I hate you, you're a bad person. And there's some people that didn't like you, and etc. So, but you didn't know that until you actually got out there and met people and started talking, right? You didn't know who you were going to connect with. So in social and video and digital, it's similar. And so try different things. Go to Facebook, go to LinkedIn, go to Instagram, go to TikTok, go to Twitter. Start finding the people that you want to be connected with, your past clients, your realtors. Just start there. See if you like the platform. And then from there, you'll start realizing, hey, I'm really attracted to podcasting. This is so fun. I get to interview cool people. I feel I don't even have to talk very much. This is awesome. Or, hey, I'm really I love showcasing communities. That's what Sean's doing in Vegas. He's just showcasing communities, sharing his story about what it's like to live in Vegas. And people are finding him on YouTube, and he's getting tons of people cold messaging him on YouTube. Like, hey, I want to buy in Nevada. I just saw your video. It's incredible.
Yeah, he does.
Yes, he's still playing on other platforms, but it's just, you find a niche, so to speak. You find what you like, and you start diving in deeper. And so try new things. Maybe podcasting isn't for you. Do a season and see if it's your thing. But that's where it's like, I didn't do 100 videos in 100 days in order to keep doing video every single day. I was like, okay, that was nice. That was a good thing. Check that off. I got better, but that's not my thing. I'm going to focus on podcasting, on some live rants, and some human connection stuff. And that's been my strategy for this year so far. So, but you can't figure out what you like unless you're willing to put in hard work in the area over there. Yeah. And that's where people give up. Because they go, I did one video on Facebook and I hate it. And I'm like, really? Did you get a deal the first time you met a top realtor where they're like, oh, thank God, let me give you a deal? That didn't work that way. It takes hard work. You got to commit. But then in order to commit, you really have to understand it and see it and have a vision for it, or else it can be very overwhelming and just, that's too much, and you just bail out.
Yeah. But you can adjust and change, and really people you really need to just jump in and not stress about it. So
yes, 1,000%. Well, and you can stress about it, but you still have to do it. It was stressful for me to go meet new agents because I have major call reluctance and insecurity and fear of rejection. And so it was stressful for me to go out and meet new agents. I always felt like they're going to reject me, but I still have to do it. You still have to do your job.
Yeah. That's
the difference.
Yeah. Well, and now people are meeting agents on Zoom, right? So
yep.
I think it's all going to be interesting how in our back, you're already in the office. Alec's beautiful office, but not all of us are. I'm at home. But so as we get to go back out and engage, do you have any advice for those loan officers out there that have? Well,
I guess it's more of an encouragement than an advice. And I'll use real estate professionals again as another angle, but social media is an unparalleled opportunity to build relationships with people fast. And so in the glory days, when you had to go meet an agent at broker preview and then try to find them at an open house and then, call them for a meeting, which was awkward. They say no, or try to see them at a networking event, which they never go to. It was hard to build relationships because it was hard to find people. You couldn't stalk them every day.
Yeah.
But then when you transition to the fact that they're all on social media now, they're all working hard, all the people you want to work are there. You can actually build relationships faster through social with less awkward, hi, I'm Alec, I do loans. And now when you go and call on them for an appointment or send them a DM, it's so much easier. The friction's been removed. So just as an encouragement point, just use the tool for that to start. And we're not even talking about using it as a direct to consumer prospecting strategy, but just use it as a relationship building tool to begin with. And that doesn't even require you to post any content. Just go comment on theirs and be part of their online community.
That's a great point. People will get to know you, right? So people often ask me, like, what have I gotten out of this last year? I don't know. I can't put down that we've hired 10 people because of it, but I can tell you that most conversations I have, people, there's no introduction. They're like, oh, I already know who you are. And we
Well, and
move
that's
on.
my point, right? Like people are like, what's the ROI on social media? And I'm like, what's the ROI on people knowing you and liking you? You know, it's come on. Like if you're out there hustling and playing that game and making connection and being intentional, you're building relationships with people. And that's hugely powerful. So I just want to encourage people to understand that that's the tool they have and it's free. And go be in community with people and you'll be shocked at how much it improves your business.
Yes. We should somehow be able to document that.
I mean, unfortunately, Stacey, it's self-evident to those of us that live it.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's like document it. Like I would quit if it wasn't working. I'd stop doing it.
You just stop doing it. Yeah. I have a team now. I have a group of, I think, 7 that are going to jump in this journey with us. And so I think it'd be cool. They're going to be a cool experiment to see people who were not in it. We're all going to do it together. So
Dude, that's awesome. Document all of it. Just film it all and share all the stories of it because it's an incredible journey into this new place of human connection that turns into loans.
Right.
I mean, it's a lead generation machine that's free and you just need to put yourself out there and that's it, which doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah. Just your time and energy. When are we, this is for the loanDepot employees. So sorry, all you out there that don't care. Are we going to get access to baseball games? That's the #1 question I'm getting this week. Not month end, you know, everything's just going, not loans. They're all just funding, I guess, magically with our ops team.
Yeah, it's amazing how loans magically fund.
Yeah. Can I get tickets to the Marlins? Can I get tickets to the Mariners? Can I get that? Can I get tickets? Can I get tickets? I don't know. Go buy some tickets.
They're available online. Yeah, just go to Ticketmaster and you get your tickets.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal for people. It's very exciting.
Look, yeah, especially Carl. I know he's out of his mind. Yeah,
oh,
so
yeah.
It's so good. No tickets unless you're really special.
Okay. We're not special. I did sleep on the sidewalk of Seattle when I was in high school in 95, 94 to get tickets to the pennant race.
That's a move.
What's that?
That's amazing. I mean, people are sleeping on the ground for iPhones, but that's
ticket on the Seattle streets to get tickets to a baseball game. I was young. I was in high school. I do that now.
You can handle that. No big deal.
We're good. All right. Well, appreciate your time, Alec. As always, you're just so fun to work with, talk to. We miss you up here.
No, you're awesome. Maybe when COVID is free, we can all hang out again.
We will, for sure. That'll happen. Well, enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. Bye.
Bye.